Morning, YouTube. I feel like it's been a while, like 7 months or something. Anyways, I hope you don't mind if I stop for breakfast real quick before starting this video. I'm really hungry. Let's see. Ooh, apple juice seems nice. Let's have some of that. You know, I'd like a lot of bacon and eggs. Lovely day. Oh, I need to do a harvest soon. Gotta remember. Alrighty. Well, filled me up quicker than I thought. We'll worry about him later. So yes, this video is a spotlight on the Cooking for Blockheads mod. We're just gonna avoid him. The Cooking for Blockheads mod adds multi-block kitchen structures to your Minecraft world, like you saw in my kitchen as I was making breakfast. And I'm just gonna see if we can take care of this guy with our fists before we... Ouch. Anyways, so yeah, it makes multi-block kitchen structures, and that little bit over there was to illustrate just the basics of it. So this area has all the crafting recipes that you'll need to know to use this mod. You've probably seen this mod before in, like, I don't know, every mod pack. So the first thing you'll need is to smelt a book in the furnace, and what that's going to give you is a Cooking for Blockheads recipe book. Now, if I had ingredients, this would give me some of the ingredients. But once that's thoroughly roasted, we got one right here, you can see the crafting recipe I took this other one out of. You just put it in a crafting table with 2 diamonds and 2 crafting tables to the side, and you get the volume 2. Why you need volume 2? I don't know. You could have just done it with volume 1 if they made it differently. But volume 2 is needed to make the cooking table. The cooking table is made with 5 terracotta around the bottom, 3 stone up top, and the Cooking for Blockheads crafting book 2 in the middle. And that actually gives you the crafting table, the cooking table rather. And if you look in the cooking table, you have some stuff there. That's the exact same thing I saw in my just the straight recipe book, but it's connected to everything else. You'll notice it's got some water. That's because of the sink. We'll think about that later. For any recipes that need cooked goods, like my bacon and eggs, well, actually not my bacon and eggs, but if I were to make, I don't know, just some cooked pork chops or whatever, you need the oven. Look at that. Nice interface, whatnot. The oven is crafted by 5 iron ingots and a furnace with black stained glass up top, and that gives you the oven. And yeah, so once it's connected to the cooking table, it'll be able to access it to do all your related stuff to cooking. The next block is the sink. Sink is used for anything with water, and it's made with 5 terracotta along the bottom, bucket of water, and 3 iron ingots, and this is an infinite water source. Can get some fresh water from that, and it works just fine despite the fact that we don't have any iron buckets in anything. We just got some fresh water that we can't drink because we're full. The next section has 2 items right here. We have a kitchen counter. The kitchen counter is made with 6 terracotta and 3 stone. And the use of the kitchen counters, and there's multiple types, but those are storage for your kitchen. If we go, we'll head back to the kitchen later just to look at some of the stuff in their place. The storage is where you put all the ingredients and whatnot that your cooking table will access. The next one is this spice rack right here, which is just crafted, super simple, a single oak slab. Spice rack, same storage, but it's more decorative storage where you can put some spices to cook with. Over here, we have a corner counter. The corner counter is surrounded a chest with 5 terracotta and 3 stone, and that gives you a kitchen counter corner. Now, for whatever reason, I can't open this. I don't know why. But yeah, it's the same sort of thing as this kitchen counter, except for it's in the corner. So when you're decorating, you can put something in the corner. Up top here, we have a milk jar. And the milk jar is crafted with more than 7 glass, sorry, I had to count. 7 glass surrounding a milk bucket, and a piece of oak planks. Now, let me just real quick check. I don't know why that's not working. But, oh, that's spoilers for later. But let's see. What will it tell us? Okay, yes, it can be any kind of wood. So that's just handy if you want to use whatever's nearby. You see we got some oak over there and some birch. We could use that. So the next thing is a hanging cabinet. It still says kitchen cabinet, but this is for putting up top. Of course, I've just got it put in the same row. And the hanging cabinet is just 5 terracotta above a chest, and that gives you a hanging cabinet. And the next thing right here, we have the tool rack for all your kitchen tools, and we'll look at some of those back in the kitchen. But the tool rack is 3 slabs on top of 2 iron nuggets, and I believe you can do any kind of a, I don't know why that's not working, but you could, I'm pretty sure most of these you can do, yes, any kind of slabs. But it looks like they have to be all the same slabs, although you can test that out. That might not be true. This is your fridge for all your chilled goods, and that's simple crafting recipe, just a chest and an iron door. And the fridge, if we take this out, is a multi-block structure. So you see it's different now that I've put this in, and if you look carefully as I close, it's got like those sections of a fridge, you know, where you have your fruit drawer and whatnot. So yeah, that's for keeping things you would keep in a fridge. Over here we have the corner hanging cabinet, again for decoration purposes, and that's just 5 up top, gives you the corner hanging cabinet. Next is the toaster, right here. I'm sure you understand what a toaster is used for in real life. It does much the same. You put bread in it and it gets you toast. And so that's made with 4 iron, a iron trap door, lava bucket, and stone button. You see the irons on the side of the iron trap door and the lava bucket, and the buttons on the top right. Last 2 things we have in this list of this section is the floor and the fruit basket. So the floor has 2 crafting recipes. If you want to get 12 at a pop, you use it with blocks of quartz and blocks of coal. If you only need 4, or you don't have that much quartz and coal, you can use white and black concrete, but the recipe only gives you 4 the block. Handy thing about the kitchen floors is you can dye them any color you want. So you see we got green, we got orange, got brown. This all the colors you can dye in Minecraft. I'm sure I don't need to go through them. I believe we did black in the kitchen in there. And next is the fruit basket. It's again another storage thing for being accessed by your cooking table, and that's made with oak planks, well, planks of any variety, and a pressure plate. Yeah, and that's how you make the fruit basket. So we're gonna step over here because there's one last recipe that I haven't mentioned. We got a spy of it later as I was trying to find the recipe for the milk jar. As you can see over here, we've got Edward, my good friend Edward, and he's standing on a milk jar. Well, why is Edward standing on a milk jar? Well, there's a reason behind that, and there's a reason why there was an iron pickaxe right there and an anvil right here. If you take an anvil and you put someone like Edward on top of a milk jar in a way that he can't get out, and you just place that anvil, there you go, it pops him right in there, and you have yourself Edward in a jar. That's named because Edward's named, but if you need to make anything with milk, then you can just use one of those. You attach it to your multi-block kitchen structure, and you can access milk. So let's go ahead and head back to the kitchen so we can just see some of that stuff in action and hopefully explain everything better. Alrighty. So we look and see we've got a fridge right here on the floor, and we've got a bunch of stuff in that fridge. And when we look at the cooking table, we can make stuff with a lot of that stuff in the fridge. You see cheese. You can craft that using some of this yogurt, I think. Let's look at that recipe, because I don't remember how you make cheese in the game. Fresh milk. Oh, I see. So coming from, this one's not Edward. This one's just an ordinary cow. We've got our spice rack here with some cocoa powder and salt. These cabinets have cocoa beans. This one has some honey. You know, got some charcoal in the oven. Some potatoes here. I don't know if I have any bread so I could show. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, see, so the toaster works. You just put the bread in the toaster, pop it. And then when it pops up, you have toast. So it's just that easy, works like it does in a real kitchen. And you can see we've got the tool racks right here featuring things like a juicer, a cutting board, a pot, a pan, a rolling pin. And if you look at some of these recipes, yeah, like the applesauce, that uses a cutting board. And so that's just an important thing. And if you notice, these are not, a lot of these recipes aren't vanilla recipes, and they're not included with Cooking for Blockheads either, or Cooking with Blockheads. They're Pam's Harvest Craft. I'm going to try that sentence again. A lot of these foods are Pam's Harvest Craft foods, not vanilla foods, because it is a little bit easier to illustrate everything with this mod with more diversity of food. So yeah, you've got some other stuff there. So that's basically how it works. Everything in your kitchen needs to be like close enough and attached to your multi-block kitchen in some way. So that's why you have things like the floor, because although the fridge is over here, it's connected to the floor, so it's connected to the cooking table. You see these cabinets are connected to the fridge, and the spice rack is connected to the fridge. These cabinets, I'm assuming, are connected to the toaster. Or they're, not usable. We'll just real quick look to see if anything needs crackers. I have no way of knowing if anything would need crackers, so let's just throw the cocoa beans and make some cocoa powder, just to make sure that these work. Because otherwise I've made a fool of myself. Cocoa powder. Ah, yes, see? So these are connected, I'm assuming, through the toaster, or they're just close enough. But everything has to be sort of in the structure to be used. So yeah. And look, you can store some of the other bakewares and stuff in the cabinets. Just if it's in the multi-block cooking structure, it can be used by the multi-block cooking structure. But that's the basics of Cooking for Blockheads, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time, and have a good day.